TW, this video will discuss controversial groups, such as incels, those who are a part of the TCC, mainly toxic members. If you are sensitive to blood, mentions of harm, mental health, or any discussion involving those things, feel free to click off of the video if needed. Hello, YouTube. I am so glad that I'm finally able post again, and I might upload a short after this video. But we aren't here to discuss that. I wanted to talk about the TCC, aka the true crime community, and my experience with the community. So, I joined the TCC not too long ago, back in June or maybe July, and my first impression of it wasn't exactly what you'd expect. I consider myself to be a part of the TCC because of the different documentaries on certain topics and things like that, but I feel like there are certain things that need to be spoken about in this community. If you aren't familiar with the TCC, I'll explain it. The TCC is a community that mainly consists of young people, specifically teenage girls. It is considered a internet subculture that is mainly centered around an intense fascination with mass ****ters. There have been many controversies within the TCC for obvious reasons, but I would like to talk about it. The fan art, in particular. Many people in the TCC have genuine talent with things like art, but many, including myself, consider it a waste of talent. I will show some of the fan art that I have found on the internet. However, the majority of the fan art that I could find is fan art of the Sandy Hook perpetrator, Adam Lanza. I find it genuinely disturbing how many people draw fan art of those who committed terrible crimes, and then some go to places like TikTok to post edits of them and say that they're hot, or just to praise them for what they did. I want to touch more on the incidents in the TCC, since there are a lot, but there is one in particular that caught my attention. Earlier this year, 2 teenagers tried to K***LL a student in their school because they said that the kid had looked like Adam Lanza. Exactly, wanna name those teenagers? So for now, we're gonna call them L or IJ. After their arrest was made, they were placed in the same patrol vehicle where they were recorded, admitting that they were actually happy about it until they found out that there was an anonymous tip about it. The teenager, L, even told IJ that they should have gotten a diagnosis to get a lighter sentence, and in the footage, you could tell that they have no remorse for their actions whatsoever. But I can't even fathom how someone would want to bring a terrible human being back to life, a human being who committed a terrible thing. I am genuinely so glad that the kid who sent out the tip did what they did, because if they didn't do that, then the person who was going to be the victim would have been gone now. Now, I want to discuss the Now, an incel is someone a part of a large online subculture, mainly consisting of straight men who yet can't find a romantic partner, and the majority of them are misogynistic and blame women for their lack of success. One in particular is Elliot Rogers, I can't remember, but he is considered the king of incels, or, as some people call him, Saint Elliot. He had a YouTube channel while he was still alive, where he would just post about how he hated seeing couples out in public due to him not having a girlfriend.
In a cage, I read about did you say want?
The thing is that, with Elliot, he was pretty racist towards other people, and he expected them to make a move first. Now, I understand wanting someone to make the first move, but he never spoke to any girls at all. He only chastised them for dating men of other races, or men he said would treat them poorly, as if he was any better. He was misogynistic as well. Now, there's a certain part of the TCC that I genuinely feel is pretty heartbreaking, and it's the mental health. With some people and the perpetrators that are talked about in the community, you will hear that they struggled with severely mental health issues such as things like depression, anxiety, and or other disorders. I don't exactly want to call this person a good example, but Kiprando, Kinkeru the perpetrator of Thurston, is an example of the mental health part. I made a biography that explains everything that happened for my next long-form video, but, long story short, Kip's mental health severely declined, even when he saw many psychologists and other professionals. Being in the TCC could actually affect one's mental health. Some may are in themselves, or others, because they could be as influenced by those perpetrators who committed those terrible acts. If you are thinking about joining the TCC, I highly recommend you be very careful about the certain people in the community. In case you'd like to get more info on people like Lanza, Elliot Rogers, or the case I talked about earlier with LNIJ, I highly recommend these videos created by Dire Trip and A Puncho. I will try to link the videos in the description. This is the end of the video. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I hope it informed you on certain parts of the TCC. Have a good day. Night.